Welcome back. It's live from Dubai Trading Academy. This live trading from Dubai by Dubai Trading Academy. So we couldn't do live yesterday because of technical problems. So that's why today we did the live in French and we are now doing it back in English. So that's right. So today we are gonna go over the economic news of the day of the last few days, check how the five assets behave, and talk about the trade we took before during the Paris Academy Live. Because if the market gives us other opportunity, we might take it, but I'm doubting it will happen. So, talk in the economic news, we have the Israel and Gaza-Palestine war that basically drive the shekel down and adds a lot of uncertainty on financial markets. We also have President Biden that basically asked the American people for $100 billion for foreign aids towards Taiwan, Israel, and Ukraine. But with the rising US debt problem and the political speaker and the stalemate in the House of Representatives, it's very unlikely that President Biden is gonna manage to get his financial aid. Otherwise, yesterday we had Jerome Powell, the chair of the Fed, who made a speech. He said that he acknowledged the recent sign of slowing inflation, but said that the central bank will be resolute in meeting its 2% mandate. He did not define a specific policy, nor did he say there's going to be a next hike, but he was more hawkish than the market might have expected. And his speech made a big volatility on the financial market. We can see it here. I'm coming back. Yeah. Here we can see big volatility around the time he was speaking. So other member of the Fed hinted that there might be another hike until the end of the year. So that's something that we watch closely as a trader, because it has a huge impact on the financial market. Otherwise, if we look at the economical calendar, we can see that basically there was not much happening today. No, that's yesterday, but today there was not much except talking, and we're gonna get oil information and speculative position at night. Otherwise, it's mostly small European statistic, but not that important. Except from the German PPI. Otherwise, yesterday we had the initial jobless claim that was slightly better than expected, but the Fed manufacturing index was worse than expected but better than precedent. And same from the existing home sale, it was better than expected but worse than precedent. It's the other way. Also, we had the balance sheet of the Fed, and we can see that they continue their quantitative tightening. If we look, we can see that since April 2002, the balance sheet started to reduce. Except March, where they had to buy a lot of things to save a regional American bank. If we look at the five asset class, we can see that today's equity are deep in the red, except the VIX, and the VIX is red, but it's pretty high compared to it's at its highest since March. So we keep that in mind. We also have bonds that bond yield that are slightly reducing, but if we look at the US 10 years, we can see that like yesterday we were next to 5% in 10-year US yield, which is pretty big. It's the highest since 2006, 2008, something like that, 2007, 2008. They said 16 years, but it's more or less, yeah, it's been a quite long time since we had a yield this big, this high, for a 10-year yield. And we also have we still have an inverted yield curve. So what I mean by that is short-term yield that are higher than long-term yield, which is normally the opposite. And if we look at the gold and the oil, we see the gold is coming back to its previous level. We are still low, but we've raised a lot since the low in the beginning of the month. We are like back to around 2000, so that's the next level we're gonna see. We can see we reached, we've got a higher high than our previous high, and we are going to see like it's going back up. And if we look at oil, we can see we are still around like $90, so we are still at a pretty strong level. But tension in the Middle East is generally gonna have those type of effect on oil price, obviously. So that's it for market review and news review. So I'm gonna explain the trade I took earlier during the Paris Academy Live. I basically took one short, but made an operational error. So I closed my position as soon as I could, and then I retook it, but without the operational error. And I sold here because there was a big order block somewhere there that was kind of scaring me. On top of that, that was not a very good position for several reasons. But since we're in live, I took it anyway, and in the end, we had a PNL of $715 for today. Here we can see. So overall, a pretty good day. Even though I made like an operational error and I made an operational error. So basically that's it for today. I took it there because I saw that we didn't manage to break that resistance, and so I was hoping it would go lower, but at least toward this level, but it didn't, and so I went out when I saw the order block, because I was afraid it might turn the market around, and we see I could have went out better later. But I'm still happy with what I took. Like I said, 730 euros, not so bad for like 9-minute works, 9-minute work. So today, considering the news I just talked about, basically we will only take shorts, and therefore if the market's going up, we wait until it's coming back. We don't grab it while it's going up. So yeah. So also I wanted to talk a bit about questions that we've been asked quite a lot. So the main one is about Paris Trading Academy. What training course do we offer? So we offer 3 training course. The initiation, it's 1 week, and it covers every theoretical aspect of trading, even more scalping on order book scalping. Then there's improvement, but in French it's perfectionnement, but it's basically we're gonna take it's a 2-week long course. It covers all the theoretical knowledge, the same as the initiation, and it adds 1 week of supervised practice with our experienced trainer, where we're gonna make you do some exercise, trade on a demo account, and do several other things. Like the okay, so there's the buyers that came in. So we are not touching this market anymore. Sorry about that. Sorry if you wanted us to see us trade. You see me trade like I'm not touching this market at least for a long time. So most likely I won't be touching this market before the end of live. So, and then we have the expert, which is 5 weeks. It's like first week is the same as initiation and in perfectionnement, where we basically improvement it would be, but where we would cover all the theoretical knowledge that's needed to be to do some trading. Then we have 2 weeks of supervised practice, where we make you do exercise, where we teach you to write trading plan and trade plan and to take those trade. And then we have 2 weeks of evaluation, where you you're trading in independently, and at the end of the day we on demo account, and on the end of the day we see what mistake we debrief your trade, we see what mistake you made and how you can do some better trading. And we are currently working on asset management class that we're gonna talk in more detail once it's ready to be commercialized. We also do personalized coaching, but then you need to talk with us so we can define more precisely what are your needs and how we can fulfill them. Then we get a lot of questions about order book. So what is it? How does it work? So it's this part here, and it basically shows us like it shows us pending order for each price level. So buying order, sell order, and also it gives us a view of buy and sell order and at which price they're executed. So it gives us an extremely precise view of supply and demand, which is the thing that makes the market move. And it therefore helps us to enable us to make extremely precise trading decision. So that's why we're mostly using order book as a mean to our trading. So that's why we're using order book, and we are mostly looking at order book. Even though we have several graphs, order book is the main tool we're using. We use technical analysis to help us identify the level at which the market might behave, but we are using the order book might turn around or go through. But then we're using the order book in order to make sure of our trading decision. And so what's technical analysis? So technical analysis is the analysis of price movement. It takes several forms, either a mathematical indicator or graph reading or chart reading. So it will include topics such as trend, chart pattern, support, resistance, and several indicators. And so we are using that as well as fundamental analysis to make our trading decision. Then my last topic, and I think I'm gonna end after that. So it's a bit about central banks. So what is central bank? Central bank is the bank of the bank. Its role is to control monetary policy and to control the amount of money in circulation. So why is it important? Because the more money there is in circulation, the more the economy works, but the more inflation there is, so less economy work. Now we are in a very high inflation context. So now the central bank are seeking to slow down the economy to reduce the inflation. There are several ways of doing this, but the main one are interest rates and open market operation, QT and QE, quantitative tightening and quantitative easing. Since we're trading indexes and the indexes are a reflection of economic condition, central bank decision will have an influence on the financial market. And also central bank speeches and member speech and everything, meetings, all that is going to be very important factors, things that we're going to need to watch. And in order to see that, there are several ways on every economical information and otherwise to follow what the central bank are doing, either on the website of the central bank here, or in the or on their YouTube channel, or in economical information website. So that will be all for me. I think in total we have 1 hour and 10 minutes of live English and French. Hopefully next week I should be able to do it from the Paris Trading Academy. At least I'm hoping. So see you next week.